Deep in the bowels of an icy mountain on an island above the Arctic Circle between Norway and the North Pole lies a resource of vital importance for the future of humankind. It's not coal, oil or precious minerals, but seeds. Millions of these tiny brown specks, from more than 930,000 varieties of food crops, are stored in the global seed vault on Spitsbergen, part of Norway's Svalbard archipelago. It is essentially a huge safety deposit box, holding the world's largest collection of agricultural biodiversity. Inside this building is 13,000 years of agricultural history, says Brian Lainoff, lead partnerships coordinator of the Crop Trust, which manages the vault, as he hauls open the huge steel door leading inside the mountain. The global seed vault has been dubbed the Doomsday Vault, which conjures up an image of a reserve of seeds for use in case of an apocalyptic event or a global catastrophe. But it is the much smaller, localized destruction and threats facing gene banks all over the world that the vault was designed to protect against. Genetic material is being lost all over the globe, says Marie Haga, executive director of the Crop Trust. This past winter offered the gene bank a chance to redress the balance. Over the past 50 years, agricultural practices have changed dramatically, with technological advances allowing large-scale crop production. But while crop yields have increased, biodiversity has decreased to the point that now only about 30 crops provide 95% of human food energy needs. Only 10% of the rice varieties that China used in the 1950s are still used today, for example. The U.S. has lost over 90% of its fruit and vegetable varieties since the 1900s. This monoculture nature of agriculture leaves food supplies more susceptible to threats such as diseases and drought. The seeds lying in the deep freeze of the vault include wild and old varieties, many of which are not in general use anymore. And many don't exist outside of the seed collections they came from. But the genetic diversity contained in the vault could provide the DNA traits needed to develop new strains for whatever challenges the world or a particular region will face in the future. One of the 200,000 varieties of rice within the vault could have the trait needed to adapt rice to higher temperatures, for example, or to find resistance to a new pest or disease. This is particularly important with the challenges of climate change. Not too many think about crop diversity as being so fundamentally important, but it is. It is almost as important as water and air, says Haga. Seeds generally are the basis for everything. Not only what we eat, but what we wear, nature all about us. There are as many as 1,700 versions of the vault, called gene banks, all over the world. This global network collects, preserves and shares seeds to further agricultural research and develop new varieties. The Svalbard Vault was opened in 2008, effectively as a backup storage unit for all those hundreds of thousands of varieties. The idea was conceived in the 1980s by Carrie Fowler, a former executive director of the Crop Trust, but only started to become reality after an international seed treaty negotiated by the UN was signed in 2001. Construction was funded by the Norwegian government, which operates the vault in partnership with the Crop Trust. The goal is to find and house a copy of every unique seed that exists in the global gene banks. Soon the vault will make room for its millionth variety. It also works in tandem with those gene banks when their material is lost or destroyed.